Hello everybody, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going over my first exhibition with my layout, Mere-Halt. I recently took my layout to a local show, not only a few layouts, I think it was about 10 and a small trader, but it was still an exhibition really. I don't know how many people went, maybe 100, something like that. Not the biggest show I've ever been to, more of a village hall type thing, even though we were only in a bowling alley, which is a strange sort of venue, but it still worked. My layout isn't designed as an exhibition layout, it's all one board, apart from this one here, which is technically a separate board, but they all join as one piece, and there's no way easily to disconnect it, so it's effectively one board. If I was to make this layout again, that board would be separate, because the extra width that it has makes it really annoying to transport, but this straight bit, despite being big, it's not too hard to move. Perhaps maybe a little bit shorter would be helpful, but not too bad. Obviously, you might see a few differences on the layout here, but I won't talk about those. I'll do that in the layout update video. But for this layout to look as good as it is now, or as complete almost as it is now, some of the things were done about 11 o'clock at night before the show, and some things in the morning even, which made it quite sort of long of a day, but it was worth it. The show was from 10 till 4, and I enjoyed it there. I don't think I'm going to say no to a day of people saying how good my modelling is, despite the fact I don't think it is that good. Maybe that's because I'm quite young, but maybe not, because a lot of people were surprised that I made it pretty much all myself, and how it looks actually because of that. Some person even said asked if it was DTC, because of how slow the running was. Someone else also commented how smooth running it was. And that's mainly because I was running the slowest running engines I have, and the most reliable ones, because I'm not going to take an unreliable engine to a show. The shed welding light was on for most of the show, and so was the signal, as it was on green. Surprisingly though, no one apart from me actually ever pressed the button. I never told anyone about it, because I didn't want the signal to break, because it isn't the most reliable or delicate thing, as if I press it now. I haven't turned it on. You can see, well, not easily here, but it hasn't quite aligned with the actual bracket properly. It's not always the most reliable. I don't want it working too hard, so I didn't tell people about that. However, no one even saw it, or I don't know, maybe if I had told them, maybe they've pressed it, I'm not sure. But it still wasn't pressed, so I found that interesting. Someone did say that the Churchill tank here apparently is the wrong colour, but I think they were just a bit mistaken, because surely Oxford diecast wouldn't do that. Surely one person doesn't know anything about tanks more than a whole company, and surely there's photos of them in that colour. It depends how they were. Yet this is also the same person who picked it up and had a look, and same with the buses, which I thought was a bit. But the controller broke while I was at the show, and that's when they were here. So looking at the layout, so I was alright, fair enough. Nothing's moving. I'll let you do that. No one else picked up anything, which was good. But yeah, the controller wires, because we replaced them for a longer one, so I can actually operate it behind the layout. Obviously, there's a wall there at the moment, so I can't do that. But there was just a building. The building replacing it was this one here, this little Metcalf one. Not the best looking one for how it sits there, but it works well enough. But those wires had come out halfway through the show, and I had to get the wire strippers out, and I was replacing that, so for a while there was no trains running, and that's when that person came and was saying the Churchill tank was the wrong colour. I think that was about the only thing. Someone did ask what era it is with the buses, and then they were confused about the military thing, and then obviously I was shunting for most of the layout, but that was the only bad thing. I had a fair few different engines, going from like BR Blue or whatever to sort of Western region trains and Midland region, all sorts of different ones, really. So, but not all of them were run. Someone didn't even know what a Class 50 looked like, but I won't judge that. But yeah, I was shunting for most of the show, because something's always moving It's something that I like to do at a show and I like to see on a layout at a show. However, when I have a train here in the fiddle yard, I have to go and flip it, which isn't a problem for me when I'm running it, because obviously I'm doing that. But when you're at a show and you want to see something constantly moving, I decided to do shunting, as that was the most sort of easiest way to have always something moving rather than having to constantly flip a train. And I never really figured out how to, run 2 trains at once, because there isn't really enough of that. If I had a second platform, possibly I could run a train in, flip it, do some shunting in between. Somehow, not sure exactly, but most of the time I was moving the same 5 wagons around, just putting them in a different siding, a different siding, a different siding there. I also had 2 American wagons, the caboose and a Great Northern boxcar, and funnily enough, they got very annoyed at that, so I didn't move it for them. But yeah, it was a bit strange because it's my layout and run what I want. Someone also liked the fact that I was running American layout. I mean, can stock on my British layout. But yeah, overall it was a very good show. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not going to say no to a day where people are telling me how good my layout is and how impressed they are and how pleased that young people are in the hobby. But yeah, I enjoyed the show, and I've got an invite if I can go. I'm not doing anything else that day. Next year, and maybe I'll go to more shows in between with the layout, or at least after that, because I enjoyed it. And I'll do a layout update video soon based on everything that is new on the layout. Thank you for watching this video by me. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below with some video ideas or feedback. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.